Welcome to another episode of Cosmic Conversations. I'm your hostess, Marla Martenson, and I'm with Toni Greene today, psychic, medium, channel, intuitive counselor. She gives guidance and tools. She is tuned in. Hey, Toni.
Hey, Marla, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, this is so exciting because it's the month of March, and for me, I always think of March as St. Patty's Day, that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and I always think of green and money, and I've even got my malachite druzy with me here that I got at the Conscious Life Expo. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. I bought it because I thought it's going to bring me some abundance.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you had something when we were talking earlier about citrine. It's the merchant stone. It brings money. What do you say to do with it?
I say put it under your pillow, sleep with it, let it clear stuff away as you sleep, and let it bring things in as you sleep too. So if you just put it under that pillow, see what happens.
All right, I'm going to sleep with it tonight.
Yay!
So you guys, this is really exciting. We've got something really special for you because if you want to attract more money into your life, if you want to bring in some abundance, change your thoughts and vibration about money, this show is for you. So Toni, let's talk about this. I know when people come to a psychic medium or an intuitive counselor, coach, they want to know about love, career, and money. So I love the conversation that you and I had when we were talking the other day was about what our comfort zone is, what we are open to receiving, how we feel about money, and talk a little bit about the lottery too, because you and I both play the lotto, haven't won yet, except maybe about $63. But just give us some insight here, because you've got a wealth of information about how we can attract more money.
Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, the lotto is such a great example. If, that's the one thing a lot of my clients will say, I want to win the lottery. Can you give me the numbers? I'm like, no, I can't. There's a number of different reasons that those numbers don't come through for psychics, because there's so many people vying for the lottery, first of all, but also you have to be in that frequency of that amount of money. You have to be able to kind of believe it before you achieve it. You cannot, I read this once in a book, if you cannot visualize something, you cannot bring it to you. Most people cannot visualize a $100 million bank account. Not only can they not visualize it, they can't feel it. This is a feeling planet. We feel, and when we feel, we create what we're feeling and thinking at the same time.
Okay, question. I know that a lot of lower income people win because they play more. So the more, maybe they're not making a lot of money, so they play the lotto because they're hoping to win it. More than somebody who's wealthy, they're not really playing the lotto. Now, they don't have that feeling, but they play a lot. Maybe they're playing $20 a week, more than me, $1 a week. So they win it, but then a lot of people will win it, but they'll lose it all. It'll just go like sand through their fingers, because you said that they can't take it in, they can't imagine it.
Right. So we do have a comfort zone with money too. And if you ever notice, our comfort zone, once we reach, if you don't know what your comfort zone with finances is, look at your bank account. Where is your bank account most commonly at? What is that number that you're at every month after you pay your bills? Where are you? That's your personal comfort zone. Now, when somebody wins the lottery, and then it's within a very short period of time, it's all gone. It was so far out of their comfort zone, they couldn't wait to give it away. They couldn't wait to get rid of it. They couldn't. And if you ask them, I don't have any regrets. I had fun. I did this. I did that. But their comfort zone is maybe at that level where they are, barely making it.
Right.
in the struggle, if you will.
And they'll even lose family members and friends over it. They'll start buying their mother a house, their sister a car, their best friend a boat, and then, it's gone. And then they're broke and they've bought all these things, which we were talking about. Why do we want a lot of money? It's for lifestyle. It's for freedom. It's for comfort. It's for security, which I know if I won 100 million, I wouldn't be going and buying a boat, a fancy car, a mansion or anything. Those are more like burdens. I would take a trip. I would have it there, to know that I don't have to worry about money, and then I can have this free lifestyle. So that's just me. I want to be zen and serene. Not burdened with a mansion that you only go in 2 rooms, and then you've got to clean it and guard it and all this, right?
Yeah. When I drive, but that's so funny that you say that, because when I drive past really big houses, I go, oh my God, who cleans that?
Right. They have to pay somebody to clean it. And let's be honest, even in the house, any house we have, we really only use the bedroom. Everybody congregates in the kitchen. Sometimes we've got a beautiful formal dining room here. We eat in it a couple times a year, but
Exactly.
It's there.
Exactly. You're so right. And a lot of people want to win the lottery because they want to do for others.
Yes.
What I say is, don't bank on the lottery for that. Right. Pray or put your thoughts out to bring in what you need to do for others without the lottery. Like, I had one person tell me they wanted to build a commune for teenagers. I said, okay, then don't wait on the lottery for that. Start asking the universe to send you the resources for that, the land, the money, everything you need, and then build.
No, the lottery, it's such a low chance that you'd ever win. You'll never get to do anything if that's what you're counting on.
Exactly. Now, I normally don't share this, but I will tell you this. During a hypnosis session, I was being guided through it, and they said, okay, somebody's at the door, and I'll go open the door. And I opened the door, and they said, it's somebody there, and it was an angel, and they have a gift for you. And mine was in a little, square, gift box. So I opened up the box, and there was a lottery ticket in there. Right? I didn't look at the numbers, and they didn't say, this means you're going to get the jackpot.
Yeah.
And winning the lottery you can win the lottery in a lot of different ways. You can just have a really successful business, and that's your lottery. Everybody gets it a different way.
My husband always tells me his father used to tell him, son, you won the lottery with Marla. And then he always says, I won the lotto, I've got my lotto, it's you, which is very sweet. But I love the analogy of, this is true, how you feel about money in your bank account. I remember when I started my business, most of my life, I was probably never made more than $3,000 or $4,000 a month, right? That was my what I was making. And I remember going out to lunch when I was working for this Beverly Hills matchmaking firm. I didn't have my own business yet. Went to lunch with one of the clients, and we were talking. And at that time, I probably maybe my monthly gross income was $4,000 or $5,000. So what I'd take home is $3,000 or whatever. So he told me he goes, Marla, just to get by, because I've got my bills and my house and my ex-wife, I've got to bring in $20,000 a month. And at that point, I thought, $20,000 a month? How? I've never made $20,000 a month, and it seemed so impossible to me, and it seemed like so much. And how would somebody make that? And it was so weird. I just sat there, was like, wow, that he's got to bring that in just to cover his bases. And
that's not getting ahead.
But it was just I couldn't fathom making that much. So then when I started my own business and in matchmaking, and I'd ask a client for the money for the membership, I was starting at $5,000, and that was my comfort zone. And that was already and they gave it to me, and I was like, wow. And then one of my friends who got out of the matchmaking business gave me some leads. She says, these are very wealthy guys, and you're going to go to this guy's house, and you're going to ask him for $40,000. $40,000. I was just comfortable asking for $5, and I just about, when he asked the price, I just about choked it out for 40,000, and he was like, well, let me think about it. And then he called me and he goes, I kind of had sticker shock at first, but come on over and pick up the check.
Wow.
I had a check for 40,000. And so then she had 2 more leads for me. She says, okay, these guys are also, you're going to ask again for 40. So I started asking for the 40. Now one guy says, I'm not going to pay 40, but I'll pay 25. So I had 25,000. The next guy paid 20. So at that point, I felt that I was cracked open and knew that it's possible. I can make that. I deserve it because I was giving them great service. And then instead of asking for 5, I bumped up my regular price because everybody can't afford 40 or 25 to 10. And even when I went to lunch with this attorney, he was bragging about how much money he made and had, and I was going to give him a whole year of great service. And I knew the going rate to high-end matchmakers was at least 10. So I said, okay, well, it's 10,000 for a year. And he tried to negotiate, and I just sat there, and he goes, you want the 10, right? And I said, yeah. And he goes, okay. He pulled out his checkbook. Then he sent one of his best friend and since he'd paid 10, okay, it's 10. So I was open mentally, emotionally, and like you were talking about, my comfort zone with money. I knew there was so that one month, my share was, I had a $37,000 month. So before I was blown away, like how could somebody make 20,000 in a month? It wasn't even fathomable for me. Now it's like, well, it's money, it's energy. I've had many $20,000 months. So
yeah. And here's a perfect example about how when we've only known this, right? So then once we know something else, first we have to know it. We go, oh my gosh, that's a possibility. And then we can start putting that seed out there that I want that. And we really want it with our heart. So there's the feeling part of that, right? So we want it, we know it, we feel it. We know it's now possible, so we believe it's a possibility.
Yeah.
We have to believe now it's a possibility for us. And of course, it is for each and every one of us. Mm-hmm. And then we start working toward it. And then we get it, and we're like, oh, if I could do this, I can do more. And that's where it starts to go.
It starts to go, and I read this great book called The Trick to Money is Having Some by Stuart Wilde, one of my favorite spiritual teachers. He's passed on now, but he was great. And he in his book, he talked about how there's really no money. Like if you think in your bank account, there's not, like let's say you have 100,000 in your bank account. If there's not 100,000 sitting there, but it's just numbers. And think of all the trillions of dollars flying through the air electronically. People are transferring it from, China to, LA to New York, the stock market. There's money, just numbers flying through the air. And I thought it's just energy. And there's plenty. It's just a form of exchange. And I can grab some of that flying through the air.
Absolutely.
And when you make a lot, it doesn't take from somebody else. It's like sometimes we think, oh, do I deserve that? There's all these poor people. They don't have anything. Why should I have more? But the more you have, the more freedom you have to give, to do, to share, to inspire. You can't help from an empty cup when you're struggling.
Right. People always tell me, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I say, where are you? You're in the same place for all the people that you want to do for. You have to fill up your cup, and then once you're full, you have to stay full. And when it's overflowing, you can give the overflow. But if you're trying to give when you don't have, you're creating stress.
Yes, exactly.
And here's another really cool thing that I love to tell people.
Okay.
You're projecting when you are in a place of lack and you want to help those in a place of lack, you're projecting what you want to do it for others. Did I say that? Does that make sense to you?
Explain it again.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, explain it again.
Okay, so if somebody's in a place of lack and they don't have, there's a part of them that wants to have, right? To be full instead of impoverished. Let's just use money if you don't have money and you are trying to help people that don't have money, right?
Yeah.
What you're doing is projecting your wants onto a group or to another thing that you can help. Instead of focusing in on your own lack, you're projecting to something else. Once you focus in and fix yours,
yes,
then you start to realize, oh, this is how it's done. But as long as you're looking at somebody else's lack, you can't fix yours.
Right. And I know that, like, in India, there's people living on the streets, and in Africa and in our own country, and there's nothing I can really do about it. So why focus on it and feel bad and horrible? I've got to just, this is my reality right here and now. And so I've got to.
Let me just really quick say, you know, and I cannot stress this enough, and I am a very feeling sensitive person. You cannot throw money at things and expect them to get fixed.
That's true.
Money is not always the answer. So when you see homeless or indigent people, money is not necessarily the answer. Teaching them, getting them to that place of where they can survive, that's the answer. Because the money we give them today is gone by tonight.
Yeah.
And they still don't have the skills.
Right.
Or the work or whatever. So, you know, people say, I would build this thing for homeless people. I would build a training center to teach homeless people or to teach unskilled people, because we need that. We need more entrepreneurs in this world, because this is a creating world. We are here to create and co-create. And when we are in that place of creating, and you know it, Marla, you created your business, you created Millionaire Matchmaker, you created Cosmic Conversations, you are daily creating. And when we are in that space of creating, more creation comes to us and the whole world expands.
Exactly. So now, you guys, we have something exciting for you. Toni is going to show you how she does a session. She's going to do a mini session with me, and you're going to get to see it. So if you want to have a session with her, all her links are below, and you've got to check her out, because this is exciting. You'll get to see how she tunes in and how she can help you with guidance and tools for your own abundance or whatever you're looking to change or shift in your life. Okay, everybody, I'm so excited. I'm ready for my session with Toni. She is going to answer some questions for me that I have. Tune in so you can see how she works. She's amazing, you guys. I've known her for a little while now, and I know that she's so tuned in. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Yay! Okay. So since we're talking about money, career, I will ask some career questions. I would like to know if I'm going to be doing more of my crystal healing and energy work professionally.
Okay, so you're in a transitional, you're about to shift, okay? So right now what I'm seeing is that there's, if I could explain this in a way, it would be like a flight of steps that you're going up right now. And then you're going to, and the steps are golden, which is good, by the way, just saying. These steps are golden, and there's someone at the top of these steps, and it's a master. And this master guide or healer is going to be there and on this plateau with you, that is going to help you make a transition to this work, okay? Now, once you get there, you're going to figure out a few things. So one of the things that you're going to realize is that the work that you're about to do, you're going to learn that you don't have to do it one-on-one. You're going to learn how to do the masses, okay? And as you do the masses, you're going to realize how lucrative it can be to do the masses. So where you work one-on-one, you have so many hours in the day, and you can only work on so many people, and you can only, charge this much, but you can really charge whatever you want. But you're going to realize that you are going to be able to do this with many people at once, and it's going to be unique to you. So everything you've learned, you're going to kind of put together, and then you are going to make it your own. You're going to get some guidance in a dream that is going to take it to the next level. Now, even if you don't remember the dream the next morning, all of a sudden you're going to go, what if I did this? And then you're going to think about it and sit down, and your mind is going to be going, and then you're going to go, yeah, I think I can do that. I want to try that. I want to try that. And then you're going to start working that way. And on many people at once. I just see masses, many people at once. But there's going to be a couple steps that you're going to take before you get there. And these steps, each step is going to take you to another level, okay? It's going to be like, okay, here I am now. This next step is going to teach me something else and show me how to work with this or this group or these people. And then it's just going to keep going up and up. The more you work with this, the more you're going to open everything up inside of you, too. Now, this is part of your destination.
Okay.
So it's something that you came in to do. So I would say even more than a destination, it's part of your purpose. It's like bringing the circle whole before you go back. So it's all of us have the ability to work with angels and guides, right? Not all of us choose that, but we all have the ability to work with them as a conduit or a vessel. And this is part of your purpose here, okay? Some people wait till they go back home to do that. You're actually going to do that while you're still here.
I got this on the floor in the kitchen yesterday, and I think it came from my angel. It was over in the kitchen, like by the coffee maker. It was nowhere like near the front door or anything. So I think it looks like an angel feather.
Yes, feathers. For me, when I ask my angels, what are your signs? They always show me feathers, feathers, feathers.
This is the first time I've gotten a feather. I find feathers outside, but they're bird feathers that fall off. But this is the kind of feather they say that comes from angels.
Yes, that's beautiful. And that is definitely a sign saying, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're showing you this is where you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do. So let me just get this message. Okay, so the first thing they want to say is that you have been now you've been struggling for a bit now, and it's like back and forth like a ping pong table in your mind. And just stop, take a breath, put the paddle down, be decisive, and go. Don't go back and forth anymore. When you put all of your energy to something, that's what the universe will create for you. We are here. We are here. We are here to take you to your next step and where you want to be. You question it a lot. You're fearful. You're very fearful in some parts, especially the financial part. But don't worry. Once you know a certain level, you're not going to fall. Okay? Unless you choose to, and you won't. Okay, I just see a guide step in. I'm seeing all these people step in for you now.
Wow.
I can see some people, I can hear some people, and I can sense some people. And as I'm keeping my eyes closed, all these people are coming in for you. So one of the people that came in is wearing a white monk type outfit. I know this is a guide for that reason, okay? It's white and it comes up on the neck. There's a hood, but it's down, and the hood goes all the way around the shoulders, and there's a gold belt, a gold rope belt that is at the waist. This person is more, I want to say fair in complexion. This guide is more fair in complexion. This person is bringing you intuition and integrity. Now there's a grandfather here. The grandfather had thinning hair, and I see it as lighter and grayer, more of a slender face. That grandfather is here now, and there are other people so many people stepping in. So just know your lineage is with you, and they are here with you. And one of the things I'm being told is that you have a lot of hesitation. You hesitate right before you jump. Like if you see let's say a pool, you run like you're going to jump, but right when you get to the edge, you go, okay, wait, let me make sure let me make sure I'm not going to get hurt if I jump in.
Right.
So instead of just jumping, you stop all the momentum, and you look and you go, okay, I'll walk in now. And then saying, jump, just jump. This is going to be a transition. It's not going to be an all-in-one flip over.
Mm-hmm.
It's a transition. So long as you keep going. If you don't keep going, they will have to shove you.
Oh, okay.
So it's the timing is right. The gates are opening, and here we are. They'll say, you can choose to do this on your own, or baby girl, we're going to force you. We are going to shove you right into it, and you're going to have no option but to do what you are meant to do.
Okay.
You're going to feel a lot of tingles coming through your body at night, to the point where it might wake you up, and that's the integration process going on.
I've been feeling a lot of pinpricks at my throat for about 6 months, like little pinprick, as if somebody's taken those little acupuncture pins and poking my throat.
Do you want to know? They're clearing away the old energy and the fact that you did not speak your truth a lot. Like you always are very, you word things carefully, and they're clearing that and they're opening it up so that you can always speak profoundly.
Okay.
You're going to be speaking profoundly. They're clearing this. The next, they're going to clear the root, that whole lady part area, and the heart. Yes.
I got to tell you, something happened. I'm not going to say it on camera, but I'll tell you after what happened to me about that clearing down there.
Yes, I know. So, and then the heart, and then the fear. So all those clearings are in order and are happening and are going to be very profound.
That is so interesting. So it's guides that are clearing this for me? They're coming in and doing this?
Yeah, angels, healers, guides. They all have their part that they do, and they bring you. So like, here's the bomb to the bomb to the bitty bomb. Let me tell you, when they start working on you, it's a complete like I want to say I can't even say it's a computer upgrade. It's like they threw out the old computer and they're putting in a new one, and what they're doing for you is they're like a healer might remove this stuff, and the guide is showing you the path, but the angel is giving you the information or the new energy, the light energy that you need to move, because this light stuff happens, and we take it with us like awards, right? Something happens like, oh, here's my trophy. I'm not letting it. I'm going to tell everybody about how he did me bad, and I'm going to hold this trophy and show everybody.
Right?
But at some point, we got to go, okay, these trophies suck.
Yeah.
This is like we can't give you a you lost trophy.
Right.
So you participated and you got the short end of, you think you got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Well, the truth of the matter is, every single thing we go through here is an opportunity to learn and grow in love. Now, let me tell you something. The love part is self-love.
Yeah.
Because when somebody does something to us or says something to us, we buy that stock and say, oh, it must be true. They said it about me, or they did this, so I must not be. Right? No. Whatever somebody says or does, that's them, how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
And
Toni, thank you so much. So you guys, this is how it happens. She can do it on Skype or by phone or in person. And her links are below. And now I'm going to go tell her what happened the other day that I don't want to say on camera.
Thank you for having me on the show
Toni.
again. I can't wait. Thanks.